Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, and it's time for a controversial view. Today we're going to be talking about a TV show called South Park. There's no doubt that a lot of people are familiar with it and are probably familiar with the controversy behind South Park. We're going to talk about two episodes. South Park ran from 1997 until now, and the two episodes we're going to be talking about is one from season 5 and one from season 10. The season 5 episode is called Scott Tenorman Must Die. Now, this was picked out by Joe, and the one that he picked out and the one that I picked out are two of my favorites. I do have some news as well that you probably already know by now, but I will save it until the end. Now, season 5, episode 1, Scott Tenorman Must Die. Cartman wants to be a man, so he buys pubic hair from Scott Tenorman. And all throughout the show, he's trying to get his money back, and Scott Tenorman keeps messing with him. Until Cartman has the last laugh at the end. This episode is so mean-spirited, but it's so funny. And that's one of the things about South Park and about it being controversial, because they just don't care. Nobody is off limits. No religion, no ethnic group. They make fun of everyone equally, I think. So, like I said, it's very mean spirited. Now, the episode that I picked from season 10, it's episode 10, it's called Miss Teacher Bangs a Boy. This was always one of my favorites. I do consider it kind of uh, controversial because we're dealing with Ike. And if you're not familiar with Ike, Ike is little brother of, trying to think of his name now. For some reason, it's escaping me, but he's like really little, like 4 or 5. And he has a grown up teacher, a blonde lady who he has an affair with. And while it's hysterically funny, oh, you also have Cartman being the hall monitor and kind of putting on his impersonation of Dog, the hall monitor, instead of Dog, the bounty hunter. Just like they always do, they reflect the art of the time and pretty much make fun of just about everything. So we picked these two episodes because we considered them controversial. But there's a lot of episodes being banned on Paramount now. If I can, I'll get the list and I'll print it up at the end, even though most people probably know what episodes are banned now. But this is something I didn't think would ever happen. Now, I used to watch this on Comedy Central all the time, and I was kind of late to the party. My history with South Park, my one of my close friends started watching it when it first came out. I myself thought it was kind of dumb. Um, not the, it just seemed like it was very amateuristic animation, which I've grown to love. And I didn't really watch much of the content. It was just the animation kind of got on my nerves and it kind of turned me off. And then I started hearing all of these catchphrases from the show, and a lot of my friends were watching it and said how funny it was. And finally, I kind of jumped on the bandwagon and started watching it on Comedy Central, which led to buying the seasons. I have most of them. There's like maybe 5 I don't have. But, I look for them at thrift stores, and they're not exactly easy to find. So this collection that I have has been going for a few years now for South Park. Every once in a while, I'll find a big chunk of them, and that's cool. And then I won't find any for a long time. But one of the things that bothers me and one of the controversies is the fact that they're starting to ban these episodes on Paramount Plus, because that's where South Park is now located, on Paramount Plus. So if you can't watch them streaming, you have basically physical media. Well, physical media is dying, and who's to say that whenever they start printing the new seasons, they're not going to get rid of these episodes as well? So I'm glad I have most of the seasons now, because I'm not really sure what we're going to get in the future or what we're not going to get. It seems like um, Trey Parker and Matt Stone were kind of left alone for a long time and not really um, bothered with, because it's not like they target a certain group. They don't target certain ethnicities. They don't target certain religions. They just have a go at everyone. It doesn't matter what your gender, your orientation, or anything. They just make fun of everyone. And I think that's how they got around getting banned from television and stuff. So, I love this show. It's one of those things that I think if you're easily offended, you're probably not going to like the show. And if you don't like a lot of potty humor, you probably wouldn't like the show. But there's a lot of really good writing in the show as well, and a lot of pertinent issues that they go over. And they make fun of it, but they still make you think at the same time. And I thought that that's an interesting way of writing a show. It's not all just for laughs and giggles. So, definitely check out South Park if it sounds like something you would like. I love it. I think it's a great show. I don't see it lasting a whole lot longer, um, because they're starting to have a go at them now with banning them. But if I can, like I said at the very end of the video, I'll put up some of the episodes that are banned if I can. I may not be able to, because it may have other people's names on the list. So, um, but I can, if I can, I will. But you probably will already know what episodes are banned at this point, because it's a month after it happens. So, check it out if you can. If not, I mean, I understand this show is definitely not for everyone, but it's good to laugh. And if you find something that makes you laugh, you know, should it really be banned? I don't know. Comedy was always supposed to push the boundaries, so I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about South Park, and let me know what you guys think about comedy pushing boundaries. We've had so many things happen in cancel culture that have made people a little leery to do that. So don't forget to check out Joe's controversial view for South Park. And remember, guys, physical media matters. And until next time.